we have to wait.
Alright, today I'm going to be telling you about Down syndrome. The crash course version of genetics is, in every cell in the human body, there's a nucleus, where our genetic information is stored in genes. Genes carry the codes responsible for all of our inherited traits and are grouped along rod-like structures called chromosomes. Typically, the nucleus of each cell contains 23 pairs of chromosomes, half of which are inherited from each parent. Down syndrome occurs when an individual has full or a partial copy of chromosome 21. There are three different types of Down syndrome: trisomy 21, translocation, and mosaicism. Trisomy 21 is the most common form of Down syndrome. It accounts for 95% of all cases, and it is caused by an error in cell division called non-disjunction. Non-disjunction results in an embryo when 3 copies of chromosome 21 are created instead of the usual 2. The second type of Down syndrome is translocation, which accounts for 4% of the cases. In translocation, part of chromosome 21 breaks off during cell division and attaches to another chromosome, typically chromosome 14. While the total number of chromosomes remains 46, the presence of an extra part of chromosome 21 causes the characteristics of Down syndrome. The third and most rare form of Down syndrome is called mosaicism, and it accounts for roughly 1% of cases. Mosaicism occurs when non-disjunction of chromosome 21 takes place in one, but not all, of the initial cell divisions after fertilization. When this occurs, there's a mixture of 2 types of cells, some containing the usual 46 chromosomes and others containing 47. The cells that contain 47 chromosomes have an extra chromosome 21. 1 in every 691 babies that are born in the United States is born with Down syndrome, making Down syndrome the most common genetic condition. Approximately 400,000 Americans have Down syndrome, and about 6,000 babies a year are born with Down syndrome. The physical traits of Down syndrome are low muscle tone, small stature, an upward slant to the eyes, and a single deep crease across the center of the palm. Many people with Down syndrome possess these characteristics to different degrees, or some not even at all. Down syndrome occurs in people of all races, all economic levels, through older women, though older women have an increased chance of having a child with Down syndrome. A 35-year-old woman has about 1 in 350 chance of having a child with Down syndrome. And by age 45, the chance becomes 1 in 30. All 3 types of Down syndrome are genetic, but all 3 types of Down syndrome are genetic, but only 1% of cases of Down syndrome have a hereditary component. Heredity is not a factor in trisomy 21 or mosaicism. However, in 1/3 of cases of Down syndrome resulting from translocation, there is a heredity component accounting for about 1% of all Down syndrome cases.
It's interesting.